Welcome everybody to Funeral Nation episode 167. I'm Ryan Thogmartin. That is Jeff, the funeral commander Harbison. We are 2 weeks out from the Super Bowl. I think
it is. It's exciting. In fact, we're going to have a guest today, the President-elect Bryant Hightower from NFDA. You don't want to miss this interview. It's coming shortly. Of course, you can't miss the interview. It's impossible thanks to Jamie and C&J Financial and their team. They will be there. We're going to end up spending some time with them and having some fun. So let's go ahead and talk about C&J and why the funeral isn't over till you get your money.
C&J Financial and CFS are excited to announce a powerful yet simple solution to help thousands of funeral homes and families with the challenges that life insurance assignments can bring. Insurance companies are often a hassle to deal with, and claims can take weeks or months before payment is received. If you're tired of the hassle and cash flow delay in processing insurance death claims, C&J's Fast Funding program can help. With the new seamless integration between the two companies, CFS client families can submit preliminary insurance information to your firm through your website prior to the arrangement conference. The final assignment information is sent to C&J via the Insurance Assignment tab in your website management console. Once the claim is submitted, C&J will verify the benefits, and as soon as verification is obtained, payment is made to your firm, usually within 24 to 48 hours. C&J and CFS are committed to simplifying the lives of funeral directors so you can focus your time serving families.
All right, Jeff. So a few weeks ago, we highlighted on here a funeral home that had invited people in the community through social media to attend the funeral of a veteran that didn't have any family. Kudos to them for doing that. And what we've now learned is that the power of social media can work in your favor and the power of social media can work against you. We are all transparent glass online, and nothing is going to be hidden that isn't going to be exposed. And it came out yesterday in an article that this funeral home had actually learned that there was family for this veteran and still put the event on and celebrated as if there was no family, because had they said that there was family, this would not have gotten the attention that it did. So we got to be careful, and we live in an environment where there's 100% transparency because we can find out anything about anybody that we want to. So when things like this happen, transparency and honesty are the game. That is it. 100% truth. Without that, it's going to turn badly. Had this funeral home corrected the previous statement that there was no family and then say that there is family, the family isn't going to be able to make it, we would still love for you to show up, this would have been non-issue. No one would have talked about it. They wouldn't look bad. So transparency and honesty, the truth is always the right way to go, whether it's hard or not. Transparency wins.
I agree with you. And unfortunately, what it does, it causes to question other funeral homes and opportunities to do the same, and people become skeptical because this is a skeptical world. But either way, I think heeding your warning for social media to make sure you get it right, tell the truth one way or the other, because otherwise you'll get found out. We see that all the time now. There are no more secrets.
That's right.
Speaking of no secrets, our friends at Ring Ring Marketing, it's not a secret that Welton and his team are the bomb for helping your phone ring. And so before we interview Bryant Hightower, let's go ahead and run Ring Ring, who's sponsoring that segment.
We're Ring Ring Marketing. We help funeral homes generate at least 10 more at-need calls per month. Our techniques help you dominate local search rankings and become the top choice for services in your area. We also proudly offer a 100% money-back guarantee. For a free copy of our book, visit www.funeralhomeprofits.com.
Welcome, Bryant Hightower, the President-elect of NFDA. How are you?
I'm great, Jeff. Hope you are this morning.
Well, I'm doing wonderful, and we're really excited to have you here on the show. For folks that don't know you, which is only a few, would you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your funeral home and business?
I'd be glad to. My name, as you said, is Bryant Hightower. I live in a little small town in Georgia called Carrollton. Was born and raised about 12 miles north of here, where we operate another funeral home. My brother, my dad, myself, and now my daughter, who's our fourth generation, operate 3 funeral homes here in West Georgia that were originally started by my grandfather back in 1945. So we have long, deep roots in funeral service.
That's awesome. Well, this is exciting. We're having you on here because it's the beginning of the Super Bowl, all the hype starting. So why don't you tell us a little bit about how that gets started, maybe with even the party?
Yeah, and the planning for the NFDA Convention and Expo has been going on for well over 18 months. There's a lot of work goes on behind the scenes. The staff in Brookfield does a fantastic job of putting things together to make sure that the world's largest funeral service expo is what everybody has come to expect. So they do a great job of pulling that off. You're right. We really set the tone Sunday night, the 27th, with a Blues Brothers kind of themed party down at the pier. The food will be great, I'm sure. The entertainment will be good. It's just a night for everybody to kind of reconnect, get the week started, and hope everybody comes prepared to have a great time, because the event is fantastic. We've been there in the past, changed up the feeling of the event a little bit this year to really kind of showcase Chicago and what it has to offer. So I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting. And you are the president-elect this year, so congratulations on that. And what's different about the education track this year? I know education's a big focus of the conference.
It is a big edge. There's so many Con Ed resources available at convention. We've done a lot to really focus on millennials and younger people. So we've tried to put some programming in place that really appeal to them. We've also brought to bear some programming that would help us as funeral service professionals of a different generation begin to learn how to deal with those millennials, because we're obviously seeing more and more of them present in arrangement conferences. We also have more and more millennials like my daughter who are involved in the business, begin to see things a little differently. They bring a lot of their insight to bear in what we do, and I know she's changed our operation. I talked to other parents around the country. They're struggling to incorporate those ideas in what has become tradition for them. So I think you're going to see a lot of the resources that we've brought to bear, helping us deal with that, helping us learn to incorporate that into what we do, so that we've changed to fit the needs of the families we continue to try to serve. And as always, dealing with consumers, the growing trends in funeral service. So we're going to showcase almost anything and everything you could want at this year's convention.
Yeah, that's interesting, because it really, what you just shared, coincides with your keynote speakers. The beginning at the general session, there's Seth Godin, I hope I pronounced that right, dancing on the edge of a revolution, helping people and building a business in the connected world. Who would have thought 25 years ago that we would be connected with technology just like we're doing right now? I mean, you're in Georgia, you're in Ohio, and I'm in Phoenix today. Right. And how easy was it to push a button that the 3 of us can connect and spread the word across the world? I'm particularly interested and look forward to Ethan Morris with the honor duty sacrifice. That's going to be quite interesting, because that's near and dear to my heart.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
From the expo itself, it looks like almost all the spaces are full. If somebody's never gone before, it really is overwhelming, don't you think?
It really is overwhelming. I can remember in the days that I would attend the convention and expo that I wasn't a part of the board, Kathy and I always approached it, divided off in small bits and pieces, because it can overwhelm you if you try to take it all in. So we take a section at a time, really focus on that, go rest our feet a little bit, come back in the afternoon or come back the next day, bite off another chunk, because it can become really overwhelming, because you'll see things there that you wouldn't see anywhere else. You'll be exposed to things there that you probably wouldn't be exposed to anywhere else. So you really need to take some time to really do it justice, because it truly is the world's largest.
That's correct. And in fact, it kind of rolls into an experience. I mean, this is the Super Bowl is a game that goes on, but there's so much that surrounds it going in.
That's exactly right. And the thing I've always enjoyed about the convention, some of the most critical learning experiences I've had at the convention have always happened either on the convention floor, either talking to a vendor or I strike up a conversation with a colleague, or maybe I'm sitting in the lounge and sit down next to somebody and we strike up a conversation, and there may be an issue that we're struggling with here that we hadn't struggled with before. They've already figured that whole thing out. They get me way ahead of the curve. So, the camaraderie and the experience of connecting with professionals from across the country and literally around the world is one of the highlights for me every year at the convention.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's a big melting pot of funeral professionals that are really global. So if someone's on the fence and they've not attended convention before, or they're thinking about not attending this year, why should they come to Chicago for this convention?
Chicago has so much to offer, whether there's a convention in town or not. It's a great city to visit. There's so much to see and do, great restaurants. But when you add to that, if you're a funeral service professional, when you add to that the ability to commiserate with 5,000 other funeral professionals, Brian, as you said, literally around the world, I don't know that there's a better educational opportunity available to you, whether you attended a CE offering or not. You'll learn more just commiserating with those other funeral service professionals than anywhere else I can think of in the world. And if you add to that the opportunity to visit the expo floor, where you'll see vendors literally again around the world, and then you add back to that the CE opportunities we're going to have, you add to that Seth Godin and then Ethan Morris, who's going to do our closing event, and we'll have the opportunity to pre-screen his video documentary. I don't know where else you get a bigger bang for your buck as a funeral service professional than at this year's NFDA Expo.
I fully agree. And I have to tell you, I want to give a shout out to the NFDA staff. They are really working hard. I know that game time's coming up to set all this up. And I'm not quite sure everybody understands what all goes into something like this. So again, we're grateful. Both of us are vendors that go there. We understand that side from a supplier. I've been on the other side as a funeral home owner. And I just want to give a shout out to all the NFDA staff. Thank you all for what you're doing to make this happen.
Absolutely. Kudos to them, Jeff. They work so hard behind the scenes and literally don't get the credit they deserve. So I appreciate your kind comments. They have been working on this for a long time, along with doing all the other things they have to do to take care of NFDA members. This is just a piece and part of that. And Christine and her staff do a great job.
Yeah.
So let's do this as we close up. How about our next interview? We'll do something live after you've been sworn in. If you'll let security know that Ryan and I have to get through, that we're part of the good press, right? We're not putting out any fake news. We want to talk to you, the man, Mr. President.
We'll make sure that you get front row seats.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much. Bryant, thank you for coming on. Again, this is a big deal. This really starts the excitement that's coming on, and we'll see you in a few weeks.
We look forward to it, Jeff. Look forward to seeing you and Ryan both there, along with all the other 5,000 folks that should be there.
That's right. Thank you, Bryant.
Thank you guys very much. Appreciate you having me on.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye. All right, Jeff. So great interview with Mr. Hightower. Bryant's a great guy. I've gotten to know him a little closer as their client of ours, and we spent some time together this summer at a conference. We were on the kind of same speaking tour. So great family. Excited to see him get elected president. I think it'll be great for FDA. And I know you and I are super excited for the Super Bowl every year of funeral conventions. And, you know, for suppliers like us, this is the best opportunity that we have to be face-to-face with customers and 5,000 other funeral directors in the profession and funeral professionals. Yes, we connect with them like this on a daily basis and can reach them at scale, but to actually shake a hand and have real conversation that doesn't happen. It's like everyone saves all of the heavy conversation for 2 times of the year, ICCFA and NFDA. I had people calling me 3 months ago saying, "Are you going to be at FDA? Great. Let's set up a time to meet there." I'm like, "We can meet right now." No. Let's just wait till we get to NFDA.
Gotta wait till then. It's special. I agree with you.
It's crazy.
Well, Ryan, next week we'll have some more folks on that we'll interview. There's some lead up into some opportunity that we're going to have. Again, we have several announcements, but one will be coming hopefully in the next couple of weeks about a big group you and I are involved with. So This looks like it's the end of 167. We started this thing 167 shows. We started this at the NFDA. We were just a few in.
We are 3 years in now. This is our fourth NFDA pre-show, so it's pretty exciting stuff. And remember that first NFDA, I think we were 2 episodes in and shot the 3rd episode at NFDA, and we were probably the most controversial conversation at the convention.
Yeah. What's these effing people doing to our business? But shout out again to Christine Pepper. Thank you for coming on and calming everyone's nerves.
That's right.
And excited again that we'll be there. So if you have a camera in your face, don't forget it'll probably be live.
That's right. All right. Well, Commander, I look forward to seeing you face-to-face at NFDA, but we'll connect next week and have another great show. So until next time, have a great effing week.
Out here.